beneath the raging protests in Palestinian communities on the West Bank and in Gaza, and the harsh criticism levied by America's closest European and Arab allies, many were left wondering why President Trump last week turned decades of U.S. foreign policy on its head to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and order the relocation of the U.S. embassy to there. In his own statements, Trump said the move merely recognized the reality of where Israel already operates its government. Senior administration officials insisted that the decision was meaningless in the context of hoped-for Middle East peace negotiations and emphasized that most issues disputed between Israel and the Palestinians remained on the table. None suggested a concrete U.S. national security objective that was furthered by the move, or indicated that it was part of a strategy for achieving the peace deal that Trump has said is a primary foreign policy goal. Instead, a decision on which players in the region said they were not consulted, and many of his own senior aides advised against, fulfilled a campaign promise and buttressed a reputation for unconventional thinking that Trump clearly sees as an asset. Trump had for months been determined to move U.S. embassy to Jerusalem. In a briefing Friday for reporters, David Satterfield, the acting Assistant Secretary of State for the region, largely avoided the why question, except to restate Trump's reality formulation and note repeatedly that the president had acted on what he believes. Near the end of his first year as leader of the free world, Trump clearly believes that on this, and on other major international issues facing the United States, he is doing an excellent job. In remarks after his lengthy trip to Asia last month, Trump spoke of this great American comeback and declared that America's standing in the world has never been stronger than it is right now. Trump clearly has his fans, among them Israel's government and European populists who have cheered his uncompromising stance against immigrants. Some Arab and Asian governments, and Trump supporters in Congress, have applauded what they see as his tough, uncompromising stance against North Korea and Iran, although his strategy for dealing with them remains unclear. The president has correctly noted that NATO is glad he made an issue of member failure to meet defense spending targets, propelling some to spend more, faster. But he has few real admirers among alliance leaders, whom he has alienated on issues ranging from his jettisoning of painstakingly negotiated climate and trade agreements, his reluctance to champion the alliance's mutual defense pact, and his disdain for the Iran nuclear deal. Trump policies starting to crumble traditional U.S.-Europe ties, German foreign minister warns. In public remarks last week, German Foreign Minister Sigmar Gabriel spoke for many Western European allies when he said that, far from boosting its leadership role, the United States has withdrawn from the international stage and now sees the world as a fighting community where everyone has to seek their own advantage. After Trump, Gabriel said, his country's relations with America will never be the same.